Well, if you're tuning in to the Young Thug slash YSL trial that's happening here in Atlanta, you are witnessing firsthand what I think is the spectacular downfall of Fulton County Assistant District Attorney Adrienne Love. Now, you thought you were getting a front row seat to what would have been Georgia's trial of the century, right? This is supposed to be the biggest, most expensive, longest trial we've ever put on. It took 10 months to seat a jury. For those of you who are new here, let me just quickly run through this. It started out as a 56-count indictment, RICO indictment, against 28 individuals. Many of them pleaded down. RICO in Georgia is a lot different than it is at the federal level. Our laws are a little bit wonky. Here, each count would carry about 5 to 20. So people are pleading down like crazy because they do not want to do that kind of time. There are 6 defendants. Young Thug, whose given name is Jeffrey Williams. He is a rapper primarily, but he also owns a clothing line, designs clothing, has a clothing line. He also owns a record label. So he is a businessman here in Atlanta. And there are also 5 other co-defendants who all decided, nope, let's take this to court. Now, let me just give this disclaimer. Young Thug is also charged with, there's, I think, 6 or 7 other felonies. And it's big stuff. It's drug possession with the intent to sell. There's also a charge of him being in possession of a machine gun, which doesn't sound normal to me. So let me just say this, like, if he is in any way, shape, or form a bad dude who's breaking the law, then yes, I mean, I think he should go to trial. And if he's found guilty, he should be punished. Like, this isn't about that. What I'm concerned about is that you could potentially have 6 defendants there who maybe have done bad things, but we're never going to know that. And it's never going to come to light because the Fulton County District Attorney's Office has fucked this case up so bad, it's not even recognizable anymore. But let's get back to ADA Love, because finally yesterday, the judge had it and unloaded on her. This is technically the 4th judge that has been in some way, shape, or form involved with this case. And Judge Glanville, there were times where she went rounds with Judge Glanville as well. Now, I will tell you, easily he was a prosecution judge. Like, every objection, every moment he could side with the prosecution, he did. But there were times where he had to tell her to go have a seat and go just basically sit down and shut up. So he had his moments with her too. But yesterday, Judge Whitaker lost it. Now, let me just give you a little bit of background on ADA Love. She got her law degree from Georgetown. Her undergrad is in civil engineering from Georgia Tech. So don't think for a minute that this is a dumb person. She's not. She spent 15 years as a prosecutor. And what's amazing is this is a huge trial with so many alleged bad guys. If done correctly, this probably could have been just absolutely career defining for her. This could have been the biggest gravy train. This could have been an absolute slam dunk. She could have been known as the most boss-ass bitch who took all the crime off the Atlanta streets. She could have written her ticket to the top. I mean, she could have fucking run for mayor. But every day we're forced to witness this complete disarray. And it's become a joke. There have already been several alleged prosecutor misconduct occurrences. The entire district attorney's office was ordered by the court to go back through Brady training. Now, I would assume the Brady rule is taught to you probably your first year in law school. You and I can learn it just from watching Law and Order on TV. It's very fucking simple. You hand over evidence. That's all. And she just can't seem to do that. Every week, every damn week, one of the attorneys for one of those 6 defendants, because they're all in the courtroom together, like they're all sitting there in this big, massive group and all their attorneys are in there. At least one of these people stands up and asks for a mistrial every single week. That's how bad it is.
Listen, none of us are obtuse here. It is what it is. I think that the state was disingenuous about it. State's being very slippery in regards to their response to the court's questions. I think it's willful, and I think a mistrial is appropriate.
Now, yesterday's big battle was over an Instagram post. Again, the district attorney's office feels like things like song lyrics, designs on the clothing, social media posts, that those are proof that these guys are committing crimes. So if you write in a song about something violent, then you must be a violent person because that's what your song lyrics are confessing to. I don't remember the Dixie Chicks being brought up on charges of killing Earl. But anyway, that's beside the point. They had an Instagram post. They had already ruled that there was a photo and then there was comments. They had already ruled that all of the comments were hearsay. Yet ADA Love was arguing because what had happened was someone in her office, a guy named Sprinkle, I don't even want to go there. They found a phone number within the comments and then used the phone number to figure out something else. And they wanted to bring that evidence into the court. And the judge was like, no, the comments were already ruled out. And she's like, but it's a phone number. And the judge is like, isn't the phone number within the comments? And she's like, but Your Honor, the one thing I thought that you ruled out was the comments, not the phone number. The phone number's in the fucking comments. But she's like, I thought you were just overruling the words. For such a smart lady, she can act really dumb. The defense attorneys are onto her. And finally, the judge had her say yesterday. Here's a couple of clips.
I don't want to malign the prosecutor standing in front of me right now.
Sure, she says she doesn't want to malign her, but guess what? Here it comes.
It is baffling to me that somebody with the number of years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to seemingly purposefully hide the ball to the extent you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is purposeful. But honestly, after a certain number of times, you start to wonder how it could be anything but that, unless it is just that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it.
Now, the judge is absolutely right. It seems to me that the one thing that they never taught her in either civil engineering class or in law school was how to be organized and how to properly plan your agenda, your case. You lay it all out. You know this is going to be 2 years. Why don't you use a freaking calendar? So let me help you. Here's what it would look like. So here's your witnesses. Don't mock my drawing, but you take all your witnesses. And then here you have a calendar. See, here's a calendar. And if you kind of mix these two things together like this, look, you just schedule them each a day. I'm befuddled at how hard this is, especially for a 15-year prosecutor. So now we're about 140 days into this trial. All 6 co-defendants are sitting in jail every single day because they've refused them bond. And we still know nothing more about who actually killed Donovan Nutt Thomas. When are you going to reveal the big surprise? I'm just waiting for it. Instead, we're watching a big, gigantic shit show. Keep coming back for more updates.